The essential difference between a cosmos dominated by persons and one dominated by objects is the impossibility of bringing moral pressures to bear upon the controllers. There is no person to person communication with them. Hence, the paradox that some people whose metaphysics are most fuzzy and who respond only to very diffuse symbols, in short, who in their cosmology are most like of primitive culture, are those who are much involved in certain sectors of industrial society. So the reason why I'm saying that most people who are, of course, the world is made of metaphysics. I would like to tell you that the world is made of metaphysics. We have been evolving, we have been changing in each and every day. Like in each and everyday life, technology has been changing, you know. The things that were used in the past, now they have changed. We are using totally different things. We have online stuff nowadays. So as metaphysics changes, then also our information and knowledge should also change. Do you know that knowledge is conveyed in three ways? Like we have sublime style of conveying message, and then we have intermediate, and then we have the low style of conveying message. So in between the three, you have to understand that what type of knowledge do you have as an individual or wherever you are as you. We have three types of conveying knowledge. Three styles of knowledge, and then the three styles of conveying them. So the reason why I'm saying this is because as D.T.M, we are interested into introducing another chapter of our journey that we will be sharing some information on content creation and content marketing in our everyday's episode. So if you're interested in content creation or whatever to start your creative life, please stick around and walk with us through this journey, because I am very sure that digital economy is coming to boom at the end of the day. So to be on the safer side, I think not even just on the safer side, but then to be to be a step ahead in the change of metaphysics, then I think it will be very advisable if you follow us and like this thing, because we'll be teaching on ways on how you can convey and how you can convey that message that you have, or if you want to be a content creator. Okay, so by not wasting time today, we will I would like us to look into tech, moral, and people, because for me, as a doer, I would like I would like us to create a community of people who belong to the first class, because I said, okay, fine. There are four social classes of man. We have we have intellectual class of intellectuals. We have administrative and the military. We have merchants and farmers following the third, and then we have the laborers. Laborers is the list of the social classes. So why would we all strive to fall under just one social class, yet we have one, two, three, and we do not even want to go to the topmost, the intellectual class part of it. Therefore, we want just to see on how we can actually create the first class part of how we can create a community that falls under the first class part of social class through this. Because let me show you something here with chess. The other day we learned something through chess. Yeah, this this is a rook, this is a knight, this is a bishop, and this is a king, this is the queen, the same as this other side. I told you the characters on the queen side are the same as the characters on the king side. Yeah, so here's something very special with this thing, or something very fishy with the arrangement of the game. Look at this. All these characters who are standing at the back, the rook, the knight, the bishop, the king, the queen, they all have their image. They all have an image, or they all have a well-defined character that no any other person who is standing on these boxes zenye ziko kunyuma has. But then look at this, yeah? We have pawns. Pawns are falling on this front row, the foot soldiers. How would you want to tell me that these pawns are the same number as these characters who are standing here at the back, but every other person here has his own character or image to be identified? This is identified as a king. This one is being identified as a queen. This as a bishop. This as a knight, and so as the rook. But then come to the front soldiers. No one has a distinctive character. Everyone is grouped the same way under one social class, workers. Really, when you come to think of this very clearly, does it really actually make sense if you've gotten me from up to there, considering the four social classes of man? Okay, like the intellectual. The intellectual, I told you, according to this game, the intellectual here falls under who? The bishop falls under the intellectual. Okay, so this is the secret. Cosmology is nature, yeah? Is nature. So there is arrangement of events and everything that is in this world according to arrangement of nature. I would like to read you a verse. I would like to read you a verse for us to understand this. There is a verse in Romans verse 20. Please, I would like to read it. Let me read it for you. Within Sedeno Kidogo. Help me, I read for people some certain verse here, so that you would understand that even these things, even sometimes I like we need to read the Bible with understanding. Yeah, whenever we read the Bible, we read it with understanding, because things are just being explained to us very openly. And it says, yeah, Roman 1, Roman verse 1:20, which states that um, hmm, it reads, um, since the Romans 1:20 states that since the creation of the world, God's invisible qualities, his eternal power and divine nature have been clearly seen, being understood from what has been made, so that people are without excuse. Okay? That means that in each and every thing that is in this world, each and every part of nature, there is a way in which how we can actually we can we can be able to read qualities of God and be able to match them with our lifestyle for it to support us. Actually, for me that is what being saved actually translates to, or being baptized. Because when you're baptized, symbolically, when you're baptized, you're dipped inside water. That means you're being told that you're adapting another realm. You're supposed to adapt another realm. You're being immersed in water with an assumption that when you come from there, you will have done what? You will have been infused either automatically or autonomously. You will have been infused with a kind of lifestyle that has a formation of water. And we all know that water is shapeless and water is untamed. You can never tame water. And that is what salvation or getting saved is. That means that you are free from every bondage, like from everything, like, you know, when we want to say it in that direction. So why this? Why content creation? What is content creation, first of all, if you want to ask ourselves? Why as DTM we are choosing to go with this line? Let me tell you. So I wrote something about content creation here, and it reads, what is content creation? Content creation is the process of generating topic ideas that appeal to your buyer persona. Buyer persona means someone who is watching me and is interested in the information that I'm giving because he's observing me do it and listening to me, teaching them learn about it. So you're my persona buyer because you're interested in becoming whatever I am teaching you, or you're interested with this information. Okay? So content creation is the process of generating topic ideas that appeal to your buyer persona, creating written or visual content around those ideas, and making that information accessible to your audience as a blog, a video, infographic, or other content formats. Okay? So the reason why I'm choosing on content creation for us to learn as a community is because I want us to fall under the top-notch class, the intellectual class, because we will be able to read on how to read signs and symbols that are in the nature. For example, let's do this here. In the spirit, let's imagine of a spirit. Spirit is something that we cannot see it with our naked eyes, but we can imagine of it. Yeah? We can imagine of it. If we pray to God, we pray to God through, we have to be in spirit and in truth. Okay? When we come to our social, in our social, I would like to say that whenever we come to our social, we think of somewhere, or before we go to the social, let's come to ourselves. From the spirit, we can only imagine and and um, and feel the spirit. Yeah, though you cannot see it with your eye, but whenever I say spirit, you are very much aware that you have a spirit within you that lives within you. Okay, so let's come to our body. Our body, I said, according to the arrangement of the social classes, I told you that even the arrangement of our body can actually match. There is something special with if we study our body, the arrangement of our body, and the relation of the social classes, we can relate them. We can see what part of our body is the top notch of the four social classes. We said intellectual, where the brain is. The brain is the intellect part of our body. Yeah. So can we see the brain? Yes, we can see the brain, but inside. It's inside. But then, can we see the mind? Mind. You see, our mind. We cannot see our mind. We can only imagine of our mind. However much we know it is there, but we can only imagine of our mind. So let's come to our social. Okay, our social. We have what? We have, where does the intellect actually get stored in the social? We have books, and then we have computers, and then we have the technology part of it. Yeah. So come to imagine. So if books can also store information, yeah, and also technology, like the gadgets can also store information, the laptops and computers and all that, we can store our information also online. Yeah. So between a book and online, which one is much more of to be related with the imaginative mind and the unseen spirit? We come and say online. The online part of it, the online part of our social system, I would like to equate it to the spirit side of us. That is my observation, and you'll have to. That is what I am saying. Okay. So come to these four social classes if you want actually to know Why on content creation? On topic ideas. So we'll be actually be able to be updating our mind on how to come up with topics. So don't worry, I will take you even through like processes on how like how to come up with good ideas and topics and everything. So if you want to learn all this, please, I would like to say that you need to stick around a little bit, because DTM is all about self-realization, and I believe salvation or baptism or getting saved is to actually being able to be dependent on yourself with the information from God according to your perspective, with your understanding, and you be able to stand with that idea and be able to also support yourself in a way that you do not have to condone to any other person's belief. You have to condone to your own belief. Okay? And I'm just sharing with you my belief according to my perspective of the knowledge of God, or the knowledge that the knowledge of God has actually enabled me to see. Okay? Let's come to here. Let's come here to chess. I want to show you something. There is something special. However much these ones are grouped together, the pawns are grouped together. Let me tell you that the minute we play this game and this white pawn, we rearrange everything, as we play. And then I manage to reach there, the pawn. My pawn manages to reach here. Then it means that my opponent has no choice other than giving me a character that is well defined as the ones which fall on this last row. I would choose to be a queen once this pawn reaches here. That means through this process, or all through this game, this game that will be going on here, these are worldly codes, and these are just more of like this is more of symbolism. Don't take it as literal as it is. I said I'll be using this just for hypothesis and all that. So I would like to say that salvation, when I say I equate this to getting saved, in a way that once you reach here, you are able to decide whoever you become. Is I find it I find significance in it in relation to content creation, that once you understand what you can do or what you are best at. For example, for me, I had to sit down with myself and ask myself, like, yeah, like, yo, Odor, for real, what are you good at? And then I noted them down. Number one, I said, I'm good at communicating, communicating. Another thing I said, well, audible, I can actually speak well and have that confidence in front of a camera and talk to people. And then the next stage I was like, okay, fine, what can I do with this thing? You get how that process goes. You asking yourself every, like, little questions. So, and you're actually even lucky. I had been, before I thought of the whole idea on introducing the content creation lessons or topics on how to maybe becoming all that, which will be starting, I never thought myself not to be doing this. You get what I mean? Until in the recent past, things just unfolded, and I found myself that I have this interest now. So with all that, I know when you give me chance and time to speak, I can talk here and talk and talk and talk and talk and never get tired. So I wouldn't want us to to maybe say a lot. With that, I would like to say that stay tuned to DTM. whether you are watching us for the first time, please remember to subscribe, like, and comment on this channel. Go to YouTube and look at D.T.M, decoding the mindset channel, and utatupata hapo. Apart from that, I wish you peace.